This is Matt Russell from the FX Power Course, and welcome to the Daily FX walkthrough.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Dollar, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. I'll also be mentioning a brief trade idea on the Dollar CAD as well. So let's get started. The first chart is the Euro Pound, and this is the support line that I was using for the previous few reports during last week. You can see the prices have exploded in the past 24 hours. So now moving forward, I like this area right here, about 90.85 for potential support moving forward, as this was a resistance level. So this level has now been broken, and in the future, past resistance often acts as future support. So that's something we can look for with prices right now at about 91.43. We might look for a brief dip beneath that 91 figure for an entry on the long side. And just to keep in mind here, this long wick, I do not believe this might be a bad print, because that's not showing up on FXCM charts, so you can just disregard that. The next chart is the Aussie dollar, and not much has changed here. As I was mentioning last week, I did not expect the pair to make new highs, to break out to multi-year highs here above that 129.73 area, and it still hasn't happened. I've had a few short trades off that level, and essentially I'm just using that level as my the last stop, if you will. Above that level, I would, for all purposes, avoid this pair for a few weeks, or maybe even trade the breakout, but that would be a longer term trade idea. So now the same thing here, although as time progresses, the chances of that upside breakout are increasing. So you know what, I would maybe shy away from short trades in this pair, using that 129.67 high as our reference point for our stop. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and not much has changed here. This is the resistance line that I was using last week, and I mentioned that brief touch of the resistance line right there, which led to an excellent short trade. If you're in this trade, hopefully you got an entry near that resistance line, as I did put this line up. I think prices were just about here when I did put that line up, so hopefully you got an entry there, and I would take a little bit of profits here, and certainly below that 160 figure, take some profits there as well. The next chart is the Euro Swiss, and this is the support line that I added that did fail the next day after I did add it to the charts. And as I mentioned in the previous report, we might look for a retest of the previous support line, which should now act as resistance in the future. Prices did approach it, but not close enough for me personally for a favorable risk-reward trade, as we would have to place our stop well above this former support line, which now should act as resistance. But this is something we can look for over the next few days, see if prices can get back up and test this line from the opposite side. But if you're willing to take some more risk, certainly if prices get within 50 pips or so of that line, you can enter at that point. The next chart is the Dollar CAD, and as I mentioned, this was a trade idea. Personally, I did enter on this breakout, although I'm a little discouraged that prices closed, I believe, right at that 130 figure exactly. Ideally, I would like to see a breakout with follow-through. This is an ascending triangle pattern, which is a very bullish pattern once you do have that upside breakout. So I would definitely keep this up on the radar screen right now. The only thing with, I am personally long this pair right here. I don't like the trade only because the clearest support line is well beneath price action right now. Right now I have a 100 pip stop on the trade, but it's not a trade I like personally because my stop is right in the middle of the range. But the reason I did enter was because we had that break above the 130 figure. So certainly I would take note of, and that's the thing, this has been in the media, the 130 is a psychologically important level as well. So I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. I'm treating this as, you know, a potential breakout at this point. And right now we just could have some wiggling, if you will, to shake some weak hands out before the rally above 130. So certainly keep an eye on that 130 level. Certainly a daily close above the 130 level would be very significant, but even on the hourlies as well, maybe keep an eye on the hourly chart and take note of any closes above that 130 area. Again, my name is Matt Russell. I'm an FX Power Course instructor here at FXCM. Thanks for listening.